Wir leben heute nicht mehr in einer Disziplinargesellschaft, die vom Verbot oder vom Befehlen beherrscht ist, sondern in einer Leistungsgesellschaft, die angeblich frei ist, die vom Können, yes we can, bestimmt ist. Aber dieses Können erzeugt nur am Anfang ein Gefühl von Freiheit, bald erzeugt es mehr Zwänge als du sollst. Ja, man wähnt sich zwar in Freiheit, aber in Wirklichkeit beutet man sich freiwillig und leidenschaftlich aus, bis man zusammenbricht.
Professor, we now live better and more. We are supposed to know much more. We demand and sometimes we get more, but we are less repressed. Despite the fulfillments of so many dreams, we are still unhappy. And who is to blame? The economy or the other way? So what went wrong?
Yes. Well, I wonder whether we are more knowledgeable than Aristotle.
No.
I am not, I am quite sure, but what about the others? It's not quite clear. E.O. Wilson, the great biologist, used to say that we are inundated by information and starving for knowledge, for wisdom. Now I believe that it is the other way around, that the main obstacle is the excess of knowledge, excess of information. We are flooded with information. Every day the new information produced is, according to some statistics, thousands times bigger than the ability of human brain to assimilate. So whenever I put to Google a question about information on something, whatever it is, I get several dozens of billions of answers. So it paralyzes me. What I learn from Google is that I will never know what I know should. And that's not necessarily that I am much wiser than I was. Of course, I have childishly easy access to information. I don't have to go to the library, look for hundreds of books in order to find one information I'm looking for. It is all at the distance of my fingers. I can do it without moving from my chair even. Does it mean that I'm wiser? I'm not sure. Fortunately, we have Mark Zuckerberg with Facebook. We have Google. We have other things which supply us with what I now tranquilizers for recognize ailments which we suffer, like loneliness, lack of knowledge, and so on. We can have some sort of a substitute. The Google has the largest library in the world, but it's not a library of books. It is a library of snippets, of quotations, of bits and pieces, unconnected. Now, we can get every bit and piece whenever we like very quickly.
Von den Smartphones etwa, die mehr Freiheit versprechen, geht ein neuer Zwang aus, der Zwang zur Kommunikation. Dieser Zwang ergibt sich letzten Endes aus der Logik des Kapitals. Mehr Kommunikation bedeutet mehr Kapital. Der beschleunigte Kreislauf von Kommunikation und Information führt zu einem beschleunigten Kreislauf des Kapitals. Das Müdigkeitsproblem ist in Korea viel ernster als in Deutschland. Die Koreaner sind heute nicht nur mit Burnout oder Depression, sondern auch mit einer neuen psychischen Störung konfrontiert, die in Deutschland kaum bekannt ist. Sie heißt Information Fatigue Syndrome, IFS, auf Deutsch Informationsmüdigkeit. Es handelt sich um eine psychische Erkrankung, die durch ein Übermaß an Informationen verursacht wird. Die Betroffenen klagen über zunehmende Lähmung analytischer Fähigkeit, Aufmerksamkeitsstörung, allgemeine Unruhe, Angst, Nervosität, oder Unfähigkeit, Verantwortung zu übernehmen. 1996 prägte der britische Psychologe David Levy diesen Begriff. Zunächst betraf die Erkrankung jene Menschen, die im Beruf über längere Zeit sehr viele Mengen an Informationen bearbeiten mussten. Heute sind von IFS alle Berufsgruppen und Bevölkerungsschichten betroffen. Grund ist eben, dass die digitale Vernetzung die Informationsmengen enorm steigen ließen und das Smartphone verschärft diese Entwicklung. Vom Smartphone wird in Korea viel intensiver Gebrauch gemacht als in Deutschland. Die Menschen haben ein fast zwanghaftes, obsessives Verhältnis zu ihrem Smartphone. Sie lassen es in keinen Augenblick aus der Hand. In der U-Bahn geben sich alle, genauer gesagt all diejenigen, die nicht schlafen, ihrem Smartphone hin. Niemand blickt anders vor, niemand blickt den anderen an. Mir war fast unheimlich zumute. Ich hatte sogar das Gefühl, dass der Blick selbst verloren geht. In dieser Zwanghaftigkeit erscheinen sie mir wie Zombies, die ihre Seele dem Apparat verkauft haben. Man kann sich des Eindrucks nicht erwehren, dass das Smartphone inzwischen ja ein neues Körperorgan geworden ist, und zwar das Wichtigste, und sie wirken mit ihm verwachsen.
MP3 음악을 듣는
두 분이 같네요. 요즘에 스마트폰 안 쓰시는
그런 용도로는 써요.
네.
카메라와 음악.
네. 아, 그러시구나.
근데 이제 뭐 SNS나 그런 건 전혀 그 세계는 모르지만 뭐 이제 뭔지는 알죠. 근데 제가 그런 걸 열심히 하는 사람들의 심리를 좀 이해해 보려고 제 딸도 그렇고 왜 이렇게 자기를 공개하려고 할까? 저는 어떻게든지 숨기고 싶은데 왜 이렇게 공개하고 싶어 할까? 그 심리는 뭘까? 궁금했던 것이 많이 좀 풀리는 기분이 들었어요. 그러니까요.
The trouble that we can get the complete knowledge of anything is mitigated by this service of tranquilizers, because what we are offered is not the task of getting the vision of the totality, but the great amount of footnotes in what we are writing. If you have 200 footnotes, it is scholarly, scientific. Most people who are using computer try to create for themselves what I called comfort zone, like echo chamber. The only sounds which you hear are echoes of your own voice, or hall of mirrors. The only sights you see are reflections of your own face. Comfort zone. Comfort zone you can't create on the street. You can't create it offline. You can create it only online, because it's so simple. You just stop answering to stop looking at the websites which you find resentful. You just switch them off. You can't switch them off on the street when you find passerbys which are not to your liking. What can you do? You have to live with them. You can't escape it. That's why I'm speaking about tranquilizers coming from Facebook and other internet gadgets.
And what about our media? The media, the combination of entertainment with news reporting is it dangerous or is it good? How do you see the press, especially the press?
Well, Marshall McLuhan, you remember as well, he's forgotten, unduly forgotten, he was a wise man. He spoke about media is the message. Media is the message. Not only the information delivers, but the very way in which it delivers this information is already a message. And the message, you are right, message of mass media is that news, in order to be worthy of your attention, need to be entertaining. And that's a very costly effect because students more and more are expecting from their teachers in universities entertaining products. And for example, the plague of which university teachers complain quite widely is that students, not to mention book of the volume, of the size of War and Peace, but even one article which is prescribed to them to read, to read it from the beginning to end is beyond their ability. They get bored and they abandon it. When you are trained by the TV screen, which has 200 or 300 channels, and you are zapping from one to another, never see the performance till the end. You are frightened that on another channel at the same time something more interesting may happen. Then the ability to concentrate, to focus on one task, on one problem, and be determined to follow it over time. Now this skill, it's a very difficult skill, mind you. It has to be trained. Children don't get it from birth. They have to be learning.
Trained.
This skill is disappearing.